you're here on time. I just finished my work call, and have you ever noticed when you have to be somewhere, that client who's always done early says, "Today is the day I want to talk extra long."
Yes, it happened.
I knew he was gonna do it. I just knew it. He says, "Oh, and one more thing."
One more thing. That one more thing never ends. Huh?
I don't usually look at my watch on. It's even pulled back on my.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
it happens.
He doesn't need to know that.
He doesn't need to know secret. It's a secret.
But you are talking secret in the public.
It's an open
Oh,
secret.
It's an open
It's an
secret.
open secret.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
recording
invite
also.
him. Trust me, he's on to the next board meeting.
Yes.
Yes. Please excuse me for a minute. I'm going to get a glass of
Yes,
water.
yes,
We fellow
sure.
speakers, we need our water. Thank
Water
you.
is
Yes.
life. Mm.
1 hour kalsa.
Where's your bottle?
We are so sorry.
Yes.
Mama, meeting welcome.
Prepare the water.
Rishi, give me a bottle of water.
Whose water? Mute whoever is not mute, please. And hold on.
We are the champions.
Sangeeta, you are in Venus, planet Venus, or what?
Yes.
Not you cannot be in Mars, huh?
No, I'm in Venus.
Okay.
I'm just out of the blue planet,
No,
floating.
you are
I'm actually floating.
You are out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So tell me a little bit about this club culture here. Is it a microphones on, microphones off?
It is. Yes, Ricky.
Yeah. We are encouraging as much as possible for the audience, for everyone else to keep their microphones off, muted, while the meeting is in progress, unless, of course, that the speaker would like some interaction. So the audience can unmute themselves.
Okay. Oh, please
But
have
now
everybody
we're still
unmute.
in the formal meeting, so everyone's encouraged to speak.
Oh, good. Well, definitely you're the Toastmaster of the day, right, Ricky?
Yes, ma'am.
So please, I would definitely like the mics open.
Sure.
So I can hear. Yep.
Why sometimes we don't want all of their microphones to be on. Sometimes there are people around them, there are noises around them that disturb us. So other than that,
Right.
just everyone to unmute themselves on your portion.
No screaming babies. No screaming babies.
Would you like to have co-host function, DTMJ?
I definitely would like to be able to show some slides today. Yes, please.
Yeah, I made you co-host now.
Thank you.
So we have the Toastmaster of the day, Acting Secretary.
DTM Fatah is here also.
Fatah is here. Abu Bakar
Our
is
gram.
here. Jeffrey not yet here.
We have Toastmaster Sherman is here with us.
There is here.
Sri Lanka. How are you,
Yes,
sir?
How is Mr. Amjad's situation?
I think he has been maybe recovering, but he's in hospital. I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Good to hear. Good to hear, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so. He gets well soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Who is this admin Zoom? Who is this?
Who's there?
Kindly admin Zoom can change their name. Admin Zoom /mas.
I think it's Ozair.
No, that is separate.
No, it's
Okay, so Ricky, can you make Abdul Fatah also? DTM Abdul Fatah the co-host? Yes.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done.
Yeah, who else? Who wants to be co-host? It's free. Just promo for tonight. Tomorrow is 50% back to normal.
Okay, we have a discount special offer, huh?
Yeah. We have
And who-
Toastmaster Sherman. We can see you now.
I see something in you.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is.
But no, I know what it is.
Good evening, Dita and Feta.
Hi, how are you? I hope you have
Uh,
used the word of the day during the whole day. Don't come just
Yeah.
tonight.
Let's
Tell
all
we are
strive to use
we
the
are
word of the
striving to
day.
remember it. We are striving to remember it.
Yeah. Please note.
The word of the day
Toastmaster
is
is
strive,
here.
so we are striving.
Striving is the word of the day, or just strive.
Feta says,
Striving, is it?
Don't strike, huh? It's not strike.
yeah.
Strive.
So I think we
Singular,
just
strive,
need-
action verb, striving, to strive. Okay.
Let's all strive to strive.
It's nice with using to pick a word that is something we can truly
Yes.
strive to use, not something that sounds like you have a lexicon this big and you're trying to be PhD
Yes,
all
it should
day,
not be
every
too.
day.
Yes, too much technical, and it is not seldom used also.
I was
Right, not realistic.
present in one meeting one day, and they used they used a word which I will never use. So I started by saying, "I swear to my God, I will never use this word, not in this meeting, not in the next life."
Yes, yes.
So what was the word?
Oh, forget it. I will not say.
Good question.
Good question.
Oh, Toastmaster Raj.
You got us really curious. What is the word?
Something that you should
Something
bury 6
is-
feet
it's
under.
got 16 letters to start with, and it's that's all I can say.
How many words is that?
16 letters it has. It has 16
Okay.
letters. Something like this.
Maybe it's super duper unpredictable.
Yeah, they use it in jungle somewhere in America, and when they make a lion, I guess. Okay, no idea.
Toastmaster Hassan, are you there?
Yes, I am.
We can start at 7:50 na. So after a minute, we can start.
Sure.
We're just waiting for Jeffrey, inshallah. And Toastmaster RD will be coming at 7:45, just in time before his segment. So far, everyone else is here.
No changes in the agenda.
Inshallah.
Hopefully, yeah.
I just want to make sure one thing clear, please. Is it the right way to spell Tushinsky? Is that correct spelling? Tushinsky? You're muted.
You are on mute. Mute.
Unmute, please.
And this is why
Muted again.
You are on mute, Jay. You are on mute.
Tushinsky, right?
yes, when you have a name like Tushinsky, especially, I don't know why the Americans have such a hard time with it, but
It's beautiful. It's
Tushinsky.
lyrical. It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Tushinsky. Look how easy it is. Wow.
So easy.
Yeah, Tushinsky.
I
Yeah.
love the name. It's like Tuscany in Italy.
What?
Sometimes I have to say two, and then I point to my shin, and then I pretend like I'm skiing.
Tushinsky.
Or go to the chin and say, chin.
Yeah, two.
Oh,
I think
that could get messy.
So I think it's time to start.
You can start, brother. Yeah. Fire away.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I can all see you striving to have the best meeting. Welcome to the 294th meeting of Horizon Toastmasters Club number 01097255, Area 31, Division F, District 79. I am Toastmaster Mohammed Hassan, the acting Sergeant at Arms for the club. The mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills. resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed, may I remind you to please mute your cell phones or set them on silent mode and ensure that you avoid any unnecessary noises or movements while the meeting is in progress. Please welcome our presiding officer for this evening, a congenial and champion speaker, Toastmaster Umar Farooq Awan.
Thank you, our Sergeant at Arms, for such introduction. Great start to the meeting, by the way. Well done. And good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, not good night to everybody, whoever is in whatever part of the world they are. Great to have you all with us. Today's meeting is a special one. Horizon Toastmasters Club in Area 31 did such an amazing feat. We swept with all the first prizes in Area 31 contest, in evaluation, in table topics, international humorous. Congratulations to our speakers, our contestant Toastmaster Ricky, DTM Umar, and Toastmaster Pragya for such a wonderful achievement. Everybody, please, congratulations. And we are now going to Conquer Division F conference on 12th March. So this is the moment of celebration. And we are the champions, home of champions Horizon. And we are here to learn and grow. Let's kick off our meeting and go on with our guests. We have some guests with us. Let's start with Toastmasters. We have Sean. Sean, we can have small 30-second introduction.
Hello everyone, I'm Sean from India. She's my sister. This is my first time on a Toastmaster meeting. I've never been earlier to any Toastmaster meeting, so I'm really excited. I'm a student of, I'm 18 years old and I'm from India, and I'm a student studying management.
Great to have you with us, Sean. We have with us Hackle is with us from Malaysia. Hackle.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Haikal Shahid. I'm from Malaysia. I'm currently 19 years old, and currently in Malaysia is really 12 in the midnight in Malaysia. And also with me today, my father. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, great to have you with us, Hackle. We have Anthony, iPad Anthony.
Yeah. Can you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I am Anthony from India. I am a medical graduate working as a professor in the medical college. This is my first time. I want to be a part of the Toastmaster, but I don't find time. But this is the time that maybe I got a time to take part and interact with you and see what are the activities of Toastmaster.
Yes, great to have you with us, Anthony.
Thanks for allowing me. Yeah.
Thank you. Most welcome. Most welcome.
Yeah.
Sangeeta and Eliza, we all know Pluto. Eliza is from Pluto and Sangeeta is from Venus. And we have with us Hussein.
Yes, how are you?
Great.
Yeah, I'm from Malaysia. I'm from Club Pidato Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. District 51, area J4 of Kuala Lumpur Toastmasters.
Great to have you with us, Hussein. We have guest by the name of guest. Who is guest?
Hi from Australia. People are asleep, so I have to be very quiet.
Oh, Jim. Yes, okay. Okay, great to have you with us. Nuha is there. Nuha and Mandar. Great to have you all
Yes,
with us.
I'm here.
Yes, Nuha, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Good evening, everyone. I'm Nuha Mohammed
Yes.
from Bahrain Educators Toastmasters Club, District 20, Division C, Area 3. And I hope you have a wonderful night today. Thank you.
Yes, we are going to have an amazing night here. Jesus is with us. Jesus from Paris. Jesus. Jesus is not there. Okay, maybe he's busy. Okay, good wishes to everybody. Good morning, good evening, and everybody have a great meeting. Let's to kick off the meeting.
Point
To
of
minute
order,
the start.
Can we have
Yes.
introduction from Jake also, please?
The Jake, yeah.
Yes. Ditty and
Good
Jake.
morning. Good morning from California. This is the sun shining on my face today. I'm
Oh.
Jake Tushinsky. I've been a member of Toastmasters since 1996. I belong to 3 clubs. My clubs are 2 are in California. One is an evening club called Power Talkers. The other is a club that I'm a club mentor for, former president, and that's River City Toastmasters, where I met Umar. And I'm a member, I chartered a club in Erlangen Toastmasters, which is in Germany, and I remain a member and an active member. And today I am thrilled to be here. And thank you so much, Umar, for inviting me. Now I'm shutting up.
Yes. Great to have you with us. We are also thrilled to have you with us. Looking forward to seeing your leadership lessons. Now we'll start off the meeting and we will have minutes of last meeting being read. So minute of last meeting will be read by our acting secretary, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian. To please help me welcome Toastmaster Ricky to read the minutes of meeting number 293. Toastmaster Ricky, over to you.
So much, Mr. President. Tonight it's my pleasure to be the acting secretary, and I will be reading the minutes of meeting number 293. Horizon Toastmasters Club number 1097255, District 79, Division F, Area 31. This is a special Valentine meeting held on February 10, 2021. The meeting started at 7:15 p.m. Presiding Officer Toastmaster Omar Farouk Awan welcomed the guests and conducted the business session of the meeting. Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sangeeta Bhattacharya, introduced the theme of the evening, which was Love is in the Air. Word of the day was affection. Table topics master was Toastmaster Uzair Iqbal. There were 3 prepared speakers. 2 of them delivered their international speech as practice, and they were Toastmaster Ricky Chuidian and distinguished Toastmaster Omer Farouk Malik. The 3rd speaker was guest Toastmaster Mandar Vaidya. We also conducted 360 evaluation of the speakers, and the meeting adjourned at 9 p.m. There were 20 attendees, 6 members, and 14 guests. Now back to you, Mr. President.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Ricky. And is there any addition or deletions or any amendments to be made to the minutes of the meeting? Any show of hands? No, I believe. Oh, so minutes of the meeting will be accepted as final. So let's move on. Our Toastmaster of the day is a learner, is a mentor, and is a champion humorous speaker. One of my dear friends, also the Vice President Education of this club, and also the Mr. International. Please help me welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ricardo Chudian.
Thank you once again, Toastmaster Omar Farouk. Wow! It was really an exciting and elating evening, ladies and gentlemen, as I welcome you all to the 294th meeting of Horizon Toastmasters Club, the home of the champions. Well, the atmosphere is so elating with a number of guests from all across the world. And it is my privilege tonight to be your Toastmaster of the day. And I will be piloting the meeting with such enthusiasm and energy as may be required. Okay, just to let you know, for all of those who are new to the club, the Toastmasters meeting agenda is divided into 2 parts. The first is the business session, and the other is the educational session. The educational session is further divided into 3 segments. The prepared speech, wherein we are going to witness 2 amazing speakers for tonight. And we also have the table topic session, which for some people, they say this is the most dreaded and fearful part, but we will see how exciting it is tonight. And the third is the heart of the Toastmasters, which is the evaluation session. So this is the part where we will learn and we will get feedbacks from all our qualified evaluators who will give valuable inputs on all our performances. Other than that, tonight is extra special because we are going to have one distinguished guest from the Americas to give us some knowledge and inform us and give us education on some special topic that we can really learn a lot from. So stay and sit back and relax while we enjoy all of these segments in our meeting for tonight. As your Toastmaster of the day, also, it is my responsibility to provide you with the theme of the day. And tonight, I have chosen the theme to be sometimes we win, sometimes we learn. So most people are thinking sometimes we win, and the opposite is sometimes we lose. Well, in fact, yes, we do lose, but we don't consider loss as something that is really, well, devastating on our part, but rather it should be a stepping stone or a component in order for us to further grow, okay, and learn in the process. So it's contest season once again, and more often than not, we will see numerous winners and many other countless losers, as we can say. When we win, nothing hurts. But when we lose, everything hurts. And the only time you hear someone use the phrase, it's only a game, is when that person is losing. Of course, when we win, we feel so happy, we are elated, we want to scream at the top of the mountain that we are a winner. But when we lose, it feels that we are hurt, it's degrading, and we feel humbled. But let us make sure that these losses that we experience in life are something that we can take a lesson from in order for us to progress, to move forward. Okay? Failure is far more common than success. Poverty is more prevalent than wealth, and disappointment is more normal than arrival. So the most important person you can ever talk to is yourself. So be careful with what you say. The most important person that you will evaluate is yourself. So be careful with what you think. And the most important person that you're going to love is yourself. So be careful with what you do. Okay. For tonight, I am delighted to tell you that I will be joined by a team of highly qualified and enthusiastic members who will play certain valuable roles in order to have the smooth conduct of tonight's meeting. And the first to do that is none other than our Toast Thought Master. This used to be the 1 minute Toastmaster, but now we have this new part role player in our meeting, which is called the Thought Master. And tonight, she will be giving us some valuable thoughts or words of wisdom for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, let's all put our hands together for Toastmaster Nuha Muhammad.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, today I will talk about the pandemic. Not the coronavirus pandemic, nor the debate about the vaccine, but I will talk about the pandemic, the virus and the vaccine within us. If you're experiencing high levels of anxiety, shivering, overthinking, headaches of regret and dry fear, then you have been exposed to what I call the OTAB virus, overthinking about past. This virus makes you wake up every day feeling heavy, exhausted, questioning yourself and your abilities to achieve things. You need to activate the vaccine within you and protect yourself because life is, as Mr. Swindle said, 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. So react to the virus. Vaccinate yourself by using this simple remedy. First, think about what you can control, not the things that you cannot control. Second, learn your lesson and move forward. And third, believe that every day is an opportunity to start over. So start over and vaccinate yourself. And last, let your past make you better with an E, not bitter with an I. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nuha. That was really enlightening and so informative. Grammar is one main concern of every speaker, considering that English is not our primary language. Being a grammarian demands a keen sense of listening skills and evaluation skills. And taking on this role likewise improves vocabulary and analytical thinking. So let us all strive to make the best grammar for tonight and to take on such important role as being a grammarian. Let's all welcome the mentor of mentors and our dear friend, a Filipino by heart, distinguished Toastmaster Abdal Feta Enayal.
Thank you so much, and salamat po, maraming salamat. Okay, now listen, ladies and gentlemen. I have sent you on the WhatsApp to start using the day during your day today. You don't have to wait for the meeting to come, and I hope you did, because the word is very simple. It is strive, which means, as you can see, and I'll put it on the chat, make a great effort to achieve, obtain something, struggle, or fight vigorously. Already, it has been used twice today, and I will report at the end. Aim, endeavor, and seek, attempt, go all out. That's the meaning. Now, example, every passionate Toastmaster, while competing with himself, strives to reach excellence. The antonym of it is neglect and laze, discourage, and dissuade. So please use it, and trust me, I'm not going to just mark everybody who says thrive, even if he says, oh, my cats thrive. No, I will record only the proper usage. Plus, I will take only 3 of really good usage and maybe 1 or 2 of not so good, because I think everybody's well. And just very quickly to conclude, the word which I was talking about, which was used once, which was really will never be used, was gentacular. Imagine what's gentacular? It's just like relating to breakfast as soon as you wake up. Have you ever used this? I will never use it. If I wake up, I just go and have breakfast. Gentacular. Come on, give me a break. So the word strive, it's easy. Please use it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Abdal Feta. Well, fellow Toastmasters, I would like to encourage you, let's all strive to make use of every single knowledge that we can pick up from this meeting and be a better speaker at the end of these 2 hours, okay? Other than the CCTV cameras and most of the videos that we can see around us, there's someone here silently observing our every word, our every move. She is the eyes and ears of our tonight's proceedings. She's the Iron Lady of District 79, our ever gorgeous, distinguished Toastmaster, Club Growth Director, DTM Ces Llanos Valencia.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. I love this role because it improves critical thinking, organization, time management, motivation, and team building skills. As your general evaluator for tonight's meeting, my role is to evaluate everything that takes place during the club meeting. I will conduct the evaluation portion of the meeting and evaluation of the team except for the speakers where there are assigned evaluators. I will take note and report on all club proceedings such as timeliness, enthusiasm, preparation, organization, and performance of duties. Back to you, Toastmaster Ricky.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Says. We will see her again later in the third part of our meeting on the evaluation session. Meanwhile, we can say that time is of the essence in everything we do. And it is, in fact, one of the most scarce resources that we have. And to do the valuable task of monitoring the time consumed by each speaker, we have with us the past president of Horizon Toastmasters Club and also the past Area 31 director, a champion speaker who will play a dual role tonight as the timer and vote counter. Let's all put our hands together for Toastmaster Srinivasan Ramaraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. No matter how much you strive, there are sometimes you win, but sometimes you lose. What I mean is that no matter how much you strive to gain back this, you will never get back in your life. The one commodity is time. As a timer today, I will be noting the time taken by each speaker for the prepared speeches session, for the table topic session, and the evaluation session. I'll be reporting the time taken by each speaker when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day and the table topics master and the evaluation general evaluator. My second role as the vote counter today, time being essence, I got a request from our president, Toastmaster Umar, to use the polls. But unfortunately, I could not do it. Anyway, I will be still attempting to post the poll for the best speaker, for you to select the best speaker, best table topics speaker, and the best evaluator. Please try and attempt that. In case if it fails, I would like to request all of you to please send me a message either on the WhatsApp, on the Zoom chat box, or on a WhatsApp message privately to me, where I will be able to collect and announce the winner for today's meeting. With that, I hand over the lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ricky Chilian. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srinivasan, for that clear presentation of your roles tonight. Well, whenever we speak, there's a tendency that we miss or forget some words or phrases. Hence, we resort to some unnecessary filler sounds or verbal crutches. Tonight, I'm sure we will all strive to avoid these words because someone is going to listen to all our words. And that special person is none other than Toastmaster Uzair Iqbal as our counter. Toastmaster Uzair?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ricky Chudian. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, my role is counter. The purpose of counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. So I have eyes on all of you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uzair Iqbal. We'll hear from you later on towards the end of the meeting. And now, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, are you all ready to listen and witness to our two prepared speakers? Yes, I can all hear you. Well, tonight we're going to witness two distinct and amazing speakers who will deliver their projects in the pathways, one in dynamic leadership and the second one in the presentation mastery pathways. Our first speaker is going to deliver his dynamic leadership project level 3, speech number 1 on negotiating the best outcome. His evaluator will be giving the purpose and objective of his speech. Toastmaster Omar Farouk Awan, may we listen to the presentation of the objectives of this project.
Yes, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan will be attempting dynamic leadership level 3, speech number 1. Purpose of this project is to member to learn the different types of negotiation and strategies that can be used while negotiating. And also for the member to share some aspect of past or future negotiation in his life. Timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Our first speaker is an adorable Toastmaster who has proven that he is great in tall tales contest. He is none other than Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan with his speech titled War in Peace. War in Peace, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, speaker number 1.
There are two ways to resolve a conflict: through violence or through negotiation. Violence is for the wild beasts, while negotiation is for human beings. Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow negotiators. Conflicts, disagreements, difference of opinions. These are all situations which we face on a daily basis. From the selection of meals to the choice of restaurant, from losing businesses to venturing out into new markets, from financial wars to nuclear wars. There is something common in all of this. Is it too hard to decide what to eat and where to eat? But isn't this the struggle we all face through whenever we plan a get together with friends? It is easy to land on Mars as compared to stopping the car in front of the right restaurant. Someone wants to eat Chinese fried rice with Manchurian. Someone wants to eat Italian pasta. Others are drooling over a steak, while someone just a club sandwich. There are too many options, yet there are too many opinions. So, which approach of negotiation would work best in this situation? Among collaborative, competitive, accommodating, and compromising negotiation styles, I think the best way forward is the accommodating style for this one. Because probably you might not get to choose your own choice of restaurant this time, but maybe next time the choice of restaurant would be yours. The outcome is not a win-win or a win-lose situation, but the outcome is a compromise. Everyone wants to win negotiation. As John F. Kennedy once said, let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. When I was in college, this quote uplifted me, and I decided to have a negotiation with my dad. The objective was really simple. I wanted a car so that I can go easily to my college and I don't have to wait for the college bus. So I was all confident and I went to my dad. Dad, what does he want from me now? Dad, 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 what grades are you expecting from me this college term? I don't have very high expectations from you. Just clear the exam in the first attempt. I was so shocked that my dad had very low expectation. But then I remembered I barely passed high school. Man has a point. Dad, I know. Dad, I know that what can solve my problem. And I know how to improve my grades. Oh, really? If that's ever going to happen, what's preventing? Dad, you know that there is too much wastage of energy and time on college buses. I think if I can have a modest car like a Mini Cooper, it can solve my problem. Really? Do you think it is that simple? I hate to say this, but let's give it a shot. After a few days, my dad came back home with keys in his hand, and he came to me and handed over the keys to me and said, "No excuses this time." I was really happy and excited, and I went out to see a mini bicycle shining in all its glory, shattered. So, what do you think is the outcome of this whole negotiation? A win win? A win lose? In my opinion, it is a win win situation for me because I kept my end of the bargain. I worked really hard and barely passed. Having a win win outcome or a win lose outcome is really common. But sometimes you have to walk away from negotiations as well. When I graduated, I met a really nice girl. She was pursuing her degree in medicine. We were the most ideal couple since me being an engineer and she being a doctor. On top of it, she was an amazing person and we connected really well. But then when we were discussing about our future, I got to know that she wanted to go to UK for her post graduation. And I wanted to go to US or Canada for my post graduation. We strived hard to resolve this issue, but there was no common ground. And we gave up eventually. And this is the moment I realized that it's time to walk away. Fellow negotiators, negotiations are like wars and peace. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, and sometimes you have to walk away. But it should always be remembered that one should never shy away from any negotiation. Just to let you know, 2 years down the road, I didn't go to States for my post graduation, neither she went to UK for her specialization. Irony of life. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. That was a great speech, Toastmaster Hassan. I can see that you didn't have any efforts at all in making us believe that this story is something that's really inspirational or motivational at some point. But let us see what your evaluator is going to say about it. Our second speaker for tonight is going to attempt to deliver his presentation mastery level 2, speech number 1, which is on understanding your communication style. Before we hear him speak, let us all listen to the objectives of his speech to be presented by his evaluator, champion speaker, Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Such an energy to bring up in this stage. Affable guests and my beloved fellow Toastmasters, good evening. And a special good evening to our speaker, Toastmaster Abu Bakar, who is attempting the presentation mastery level 2, speech number 1, understanding your communication style. There are two purposes of this speech, or for this project rather. The first one is the project is to the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his primary style. The second is the purpose of this speech is for the member to choose the impact of his style on others. Best of luck, Toastmaster Abu Bakar, on your speech, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino. And now to present to you our second speaker, who is a product manager at Lab Technologies Alcobar. He is a budding Toastmaster, and he is Toastmaster Abu Bakar Siddiq, with his speech entitled From Boy to Man. From Boy to Man, Toastmaster Abu Bakar Siddiq, speaker number 2.
A very good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. This month I had my birthday. You know, it was a very boring birthday. There was no celebrations, no parties. I was not sad, but I was a little worried. I turned 36 this year. I was not worried that I'm getting old. You know, most of us, when they came to realization that they're getting old, they worry about a lot of things. I just got into a thought process that how the time passed so quickly. You know, it just feels like yesterday when I was in school. I was goofing around, playing around, having fun. And now I'm here with white hair all around, with even in my beard, and I worry too much. While I was thinking what kind of kid I was when I was in school and colleges, you know, I used to be a completely different person. I used to speak very fast. I used to be goofing around here and there. I used to speak from top of my head without even thinking. I got into a lot of trouble more than once for that. Throughout my journey, you know, I come from an island. He had a very humble background, very simple life. When I came to the city, it was a complete shock to me. When I had my first job, I thought the only way to be successful is to work very hard. So I did that. Then I figured out after a while that I am not getting promoted. The other guys who took credit for my work, they are getting promoted. It was really shocking, but I thought, okay, let's leave this company, go to somebody else. Things will be different. But something similar happened there. You know, I could not speak for myself. I could not, you know, stand up for myself. I used to be a shy guy, you know, who used to keep quiet and work hard. I believe that will be the key to success. But whenever I look myself now, you know, after so many years in the mirror, I could not identify myself. It's not only the physical appearance, it's the way I speak, the way I think, the way I make decisions. And slowly I realized that this is a culmination of all the experiences in my life that has changed my character, changed the way I speak. The objective of my speech was to identify what kind of style, what kind of communication I use. I believe personally that in different parts of life, we use different kinds of communications. You know, all the bad jobs I had a very bad managers. People leave companies not because of job, because of managers. So whenever I used to encounter a bad manager, I used to note all the things he is doing, and I promised myself one day when I will become a manager, I will do exactly opposite of that. So recently I became a manager, and instead of bossing around, you know, giving orders to my teammates, I try to be as supportive as I could be. I usually take no calls, you know, I miss a lot of calls. But whenever my teammates call, I'm always there for them. I'm supporting them on their all work, they're guiding them on each step. And I don't have to boss around anyone. I just have to tell them the work and it is done before the time limit. So this happens when you mutually help each other. And this has shaped my communication over the years. I'm more patient now. I listen to people's problem. I think about what could be done on that, and then I get into the action. Before, I used to react to any problem. Oh my God, this happened. What should I do? Now there is no reaction. It's only action. So I believe majority of my work is I'm analytical communicator, and in other parts of my life, when I have to stand up to myself, I'm a direct communicator. And when I'm with my friends and everyone, my loved ones, I'm a supportive communicator. So different parts of life, I'm playing a different role. And this is a journey for me to become a man from a boy. And this goes on. When I say man, I don't mean a macho man with big mustache and big muscles. I mean a guy who is humble, who remembers his beginnings. He always strives to be a better man day in and day out. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abubakar Siddiq. Wow, I'm sure that all of you have listened very well to the explanation of Toastmaster Abubakar regarding the different kinds of communication styles. And I hope that you were able to identify your own style of being a communicator. Are you just a listener, or are you just a talker? Are you diplomatic? Well, I hope that you are each of those in any instances in your life, day-to-day activities. Now let's listen to the report of the timer. How long did they deliver their speeches? Toastmasters Srinivasan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. First speaker took 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Second speaker took 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Both of them are qualified. I will be posting the link for you to select one of the best speaker in your opinion, who the best speaker is. Let me just post this. I request all of you to please click on that link and select one of the speaker, one of the two speaker, who in your opinion is the best speaker for tonight. With that, I hand over the lectern back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Srinivasan. You may now cast your votes and choose who is the best speaker or the better speaker between Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan and Toastmaster Abubakar Siddiq. Meanwhile, while you are casting your votes, let me introduce our distinguished guest speaker, keynote speaker for tonight. Our guest keynote speaker for tonight is a lifelong student of human behavior and a leadership communication specialist. She is the owner of Divinitatis Consulting, a global leadership development firm and a highly sought after speaker with over 25 years of dynamic presentation experience worldwide. Her goal is to motivate and inspire people to discover their personal best and become industry leaders by harnessing their inner CEO. She lives by the 5 principles of leadership that are key to every leader's success. And today, she will share them with us. Please welcome Charter President of Erlangen Toastmasters, current District 39 Chief Contest Judge, and distinguished Toastmaster, Jake Tushinsky. The 5 principles of leadership. The 5 principles of leadership, distinguished Toastmaster, Jake Tushinsky.
Thank you ever so much for that warm welcome. I'd like to invite all of our Toastmasters who are able to please unmute your mics. By doing so, it allows me to hear you, especially when I ask questions. The other thing I want to invite you to do is, as I share my screen, if you would like to make it smaller, go ahead and make it smaller. If you would like to make it bigger, by all means, make it bigger. Why do I say things like this? Why do I love giving instructions? Well, I'll tell you what. I, when these things work, was a cheerleader. That's right, leader. And when you are a cheerleader, you learn how to tell people to stand up and when to sit down and when to say go and where the goal is. These are the types of things that leaders happen to do, is know the score and know where to go. We happen to understand that people are not in the game to sit down. People want to play. The only thing is they need to understand where they're going. So at the bright young age, and yes, I know it's hard to see, and I put it there and I'll put my slides there because I'll be giving you lots of lists, and from time to time you may want to write those down. But at such a young age, to learn how to lead is impressionable. But the person who left the biggest impression on me was my first employer, who very much wants to have some fun with me here. You may recognize him as Charles Schultz. Charles Schultz is a man of great integrity. He was also the man who said to me, I don't care what you believe, as long as you're sincere. Charles Schultz led the way beyond being a cartoonist. He was an incredible philanthropist. He was a man who had visions and made them come to fruition. He was a man where other leaders came to for advice. And I had the pleasure of being in his presence. To see great leaders come, former presidents, sit down with him and ask him, how do I get my vision across? How do I enlist the support of others? How do I make things happen? And to hear his answers, to be a fly on the wall, is life-changing. I'm going to have fun with this, I can tell. So today, what I'm doing is sharing with you the 5 principles that he shared with me and with them. First of all, you want to challenge the process. You're going to inspire a vision, enable others to act, model the way, and encourage the heart. Notice I brought 3 of those forward: to inspire a vision, model the way, enable others to act. Those 3 are the most significant, and that's what I'll spend my time on with you today. But first, let's talk about challenging the process. For all leaders, go to the point of inspiration. Leaders are the ones who innovate. Leaders are the ones who take risks. Leaders are the ones who say, there might be something better, and they're willing to explore. Think about some of the exemplary leaders in your life. Go ahead and do something like this for yourself. On the left-hand side of your paper, list out some exemplary leaders. And on the right-hand side, those actions that they carried out.
Exemplary leaders.
As you write those down, some of you put business people, others military, and of course, those who are in the arts, the sciences, the Marie Curies of the world, the Martin Luther Kings of the world, the Mother Teresas of the world. All of them have something in common: risk takers and believing in change, knowing they could make a difference. Every single one of them had a vision, knew how to get people behind them, understood what it meant to show others the way, and created a passion that got others to act. Every single one of them. And it hits the heart powerfully. It's that vision that really gets to us. Leaders with vision. They have this ideal and unique image of the future. And that's what we want. It's the future that gets to us. But you've got to create a vision for that future. You've got to use powerful words. We at Toastmasters know that words stick with us. And as we speak to our people, we create visions for them. When I talk to you about, say, Paris, if I ask people, remember 3 things about Paris, or say 1 thing about Paris, what do you envision when I say Paris? Any one of you, go ahead.
Eiffel Tower.
Love and
Eiffel Tower.
romance.
Ah.
Love and
Perfume.
romance.
Fragrance.
What you feel. We feel. If I said, what do you feel when you think? That's words, right? Love, romance,
Yes.
right? What do you sense? You're like, oh, a baguette, wine, maybe.
Louis Vuitton.
Ah. But when I say you see, immediately, I hear Arc de Triomphe, I hear Notre Dame, and of course, the Eiffel Tower, all of which were built based on visions for the future, things that people couldn't possibly imagine could be done, and yet they were. Leaders have this strong sense of the ability to make something happen. Once I was at a dinner, and this dinner was not just any dinner, it was to honor a man who had created Bug's Life, Pixar, John Lasseter. Some of you might be familiar with him. Anybody familiar with John Lasseter? All right, Pixar, Bug's Life. How about Disney?
Yes.
Now this is the reason we have our mics off, because of Mike. And here's how it goes. I say, anybody here? And then you say, yeah. I didn't come to talk to myself. No way. We're all here together. And there I was. I'm at a dinner at his house, and we were bringing out, he was introducing Bug's Life. First of all, he must have said, I want my house transformed and I want everybody to think of bugs, because when we walked into his house, they had transformed all of the flooring into grass. And every table and every bit of food looked like you were sitting in a jungle. And the food looked like things, every kind of bug you could imagine. And you're thinking, should I eat this? Is it really a bug? But what was more important than the ambiance and the incredible food were the people that were surrounding me, because they were influential people who were talking about their dreams. One of them happened to be a man who was talking about an electric car. And I thought, yeah, someday. Who knew that in my garage, 1 floor below me, would be an electric car? During this time, in this incredible atmosphere, this man knew that if he could express his vision to people who had the ability to help him bring this to fruition, he could, in fact, have this happen. Wow. But what he needed was to have strategic intent. He knew this was the time. That he knew that he would be able to establish a standard of excellence. He couldn't just say this is something, but he had to say, I will have the ability to bring about a standard of excellence. And then, of course, he had to express that this would be something special, because there's no like being in a place that is special to help people envision more special, right? What he did was find people that had that tie that binds, that believe in magic, and he knew how to do that. So what we do when we have that shared vision is we bring up that uplifting sense of enabling the future. The other thing is that we do find that common bond that I just talked about, finding people who want to listen to you. And of course, we want to know that when you are sharing your vision, you want to share it with people who align with your values. You want to share it with people who have your interests, your hopes, and wait for it, your dreams. Having a vision is more than just saying, hey, wouldn't this be nice? Or here's something cool. It does mean know your audience and seek out those who will subscribe to those same beliefs. When I moved to Germany, I had a little girl and I wanted her to understand leadership. I had already been in Toastmasters for years and I knew what leadership was. I knew that this organization taught incredible leadership skills, and I wished she could be a part of it. Unfortunately, Toastmaster says you've got to be 18 and up. And she was a little bit scared to talk in front of people. Does anybody here feel that way? Anybody here ever go, ah? Okay. Now
Yes, of
imagine,
course.
yes, thank you. And we can also do some head yoga for those who don't like to talk in front of anybody. There we go. So what we did is I said, you know, there's another organization for little girls that help them to be strong leaders. And that organization is called the Girl Scouts. And Girl Scouts foster leadership, foster confidence, and teach the skills that they need. Unfortunately, I was in Germany. So I sought out and I said, well, there's got to be Girl Scouts here. Yes, on US military bases. I wasn't in the military. So then they said, well, if she's attending an international school. She wasn't attending an international school. And they said, well, I'm sorry, that can't happen then. And I thought, no, I want this to happen. I want for my daughter the opportunity to learn leadership. And you know, kids don't listen to their moms, right? Only when it's you telling them to clean their room or they don't get ice cream. So I said, here's what I need to do. I need to find people who are passionate about their daughters learning leadership skills, even if they weren't in an international school, even if they weren't Americans. I needed to provide a vision for them of what would happen if they had the self-confidence. What would happen if they learned about money, learned about the future, learned about making a difference, having a greater impact on the world. I sought those other moms and women who had the experiences that I'd had in similar organizations. And in doing so, I went back to our wonderful Girl Scouts and said, I have the people. How can we do this? And they said, what if an international school backed you? I said, hold on 1 minute, let me go get them. And I went back to that international school that was nearby and I said, you know what would be a really good thing for your school? That's right. I reached out and I sought out constituents and said, if you backed a group of aspiring young leaders, and by the way, let's see what might be in it for you. That's right. I wanted to find out what was in it for them. So what if it attracted other young people to your school? How about if we came to your school and they said, now this is a heck of an idea. We could do that. So there we went. I'm going to continue on with this thing here. And what do you know? I brought about the first USA Girl Scouts overseas, Franconia, Germany, and had the most successful group. Oh yeah, we had to come up with a lot of creative ideas. And you know what? I understand that's happening right there in Saudi Arabia. And there's a group of dynamic girls that are hoping to be accepted worldwide in a similar format. It can be done. What we have to do is enable others to act. We had to get together as a group and say, what is our common goal? And from there, I had to say to these people, now that we've got our organization, I don't need to do everything, do I? Here's a secret. If you really want to have fun, you don't have to be the one doing it all. We want others working with us in our organization, right? A leader, lead. The word is path. We show them the way. To manage, man, that is to handle things. Leader will show them and bring those managers together to help come up with solutions. Super important. So let's move on from there and I'll show you the next step. And that is this. When we bring people together and enabling them to act, we've got these 4 important steps. Number 1, give away the power. Yes, when I said we don't do it all, we don't. People who want to hold power close and make all of the decisions, those are not leaders. Those are managers. We want to enable others to think, to grow. If we allow others to grow, number 1 reason why employees leave their organizations is they don't have the ability to grow. The other 2, yeah, money, and of course, not appreciated. We at Toastmasters know that, right? Growth and appreciation, very important. And that last one that I had there, assigning critical tasks. What assigning a critical task means is that when you have all come together and planned together and everybody has put together strategic goals, you allow them to think about the future. So that when they are doing the planning, you ask them, what will we do 2 years down the road? Allow them to start thinking futuristically, start developing more leaders. Next, you've got to be visually supportive. You need to let them know you've got their back. You're with them. We don't just say, all right, go ahead and disappear. Part of it is, yes, your board meetings, right? The other is checking in from time to time. How are things going? Letting them see what you're doing. Letting them know that you are with other members of the team as well. These are all significant parts of this. And part of that check-in that I talked about, watch what happens in the check-in. First thing I ask them, what's going well? I didn't say, so what's happening? I said, what's going well? I want to start off on a positive note. Please write that down. And if anybody, one of the things I love to do is start my conversations with, tell me something good. When I get on the line with my clients, the first thing I ask them is, tell me something good. If we say, so what's going on? They all start, well, this, blah, blah. But if we say, tell me something good, most of the time they stop. Or some of them even started to say, fine, as if I just asked them how they are. And then they are, oh, tell me something good. In this case, what's going well? That second thing, what could be better? We want them to think positively and moving forward. And lastly, how can I help you? I didn't offer necessarily, I didn't say, can I help you? What can I do? Or even suggest what I would do. or what they should do. I am there to empower them, but also let them know I am there and available for them. Now, when you look at these 3 questions, does this remind you of anything in Toastmasters? Go ahead and show me your head nod. Okay, I'm looking at the gallery here and I see here. Anybody want to say it out loud?
Yes.
What is it?
Mentors.
Mentors,
Mentor.
absolutely. Mentors are checking in. And what part of the meeting do we give feedback like this? Evaluation.
Evaluation.
Absolutely. This is the formula. Here's what's going well. Here's what, this could probably go better. And therefore, that's it. Think about Toastmasters. It's helping us grow every single day. Now, as leaders, we do model the way. And part of that is sharing the little wins, not just your little wins, but sharing the team wins. What's happening in the organization? And I'm not talking big. Some of them are minute, but we need that encouragement. And we need to show that others are doing their part. Recently, we got an announcement from another club that they got a major speaker to come to their anniversary party. Well, instead of acknowledging the person that got that, acquired the speaker, they just said, we got this speaker. So I went back to the president and I said, how did you get Pat Johnson, former president of Toastmasters International, to come to our anniversary party? Birgit did it. She worked for hours and hours and hours. She called time and again. She was relentless. I happen to know somebody else who was relentless in getting me here today. Umar reached out to me during a meeting last summer. And then in August, he said, can you come and speak to our club? And then he came and contacted me again when I said, I'm sorry, I'm not available this time. He reached out again. How about now? Come March. How about now? Or was it February? How about now? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with you today, thanks to the fabulous Omar. Birgit finally got the recognition she needed when I said to the president, it's important for all the rest of the players to know that Birgit has really come through and worked very hard, because you have other members of the team still planning for this event and they should be encouraged to keep going. So in fact, that's what the president did. That very next meeting, he reached out and said, by the way, not only do we have Pat Johnson coming, but I need to point out that Birgit is the one who got her here. And Birgit made a total of 5 calls in order to do that, and 3 emails. And then later, after Pat Johnson came and spoke, he said, and let's remember everybody, Birgit is the one who reached out and got her here. That makes a difference. And there are many little things that happen along the way, and we want to make sure every single person gets credit for that, not just us. I love this. Notice how my heart just, not just us. We have to tap in to what hits the soul of the people that are working with us. In Toastmasters, recognition is key. Understanding how people like to be recognized is key. Birgit, saying it verbally was important. But what if Birgit is the kind of person who really shies away from that kind of acknowledgement? And we know that about Birgit. Then what might be the best way to acknowledge her? If she is an introverted person, she still deserves recognition. What we would do is reach out to Birgit with something written out in an email. Hey, everybody, want to recognize Birgit for her efforts today. What happens when somebody really wants to like something physical? We want to make sure that they get a certificate. We do that at Toastmasters and we cover our bases. We hand out certificates, we hand out awards, we verbalize success, and we'll put something out in a little note. All forms of recognition make a difference, and letting people know they're appreciated and we want to keep going. We have got to celebrate. It's what energizes us and keeps us thinking about what's next, because true leaders are already on to the next. They create a vision about the future, but if they don't continue to think about the future, it stops. So while our managers are handling things, our leaders are stretching out and thinking about the next and celebrating what happened. This is for all of us. Keep in mind these 5 principles. Make sure that you are challenging a process. If something excites you, if you have the opportunity to be innovative, which you do every single day, take the risk. Know that if you share that vision, if you find those people who share your values, who will trust in you and believe in you, then you give them the support that they need. Trust them, empower them, ignite them. If you support them, tell them you're with them and you celebrate them. You will continue to achieve more than you ever dreamed. Thank you for having me here today. It's been a pleasure.
Wow. That was awesome.
How about a huge virtual round of
Yes.
applause for distinguished Toastmaster Jake Tushinsky.
Amazing.
So I hope we all have
Well done.
learned a thing or two from that 20-25 minutes of lecture from our very distinguished Toastmaster Jake Tushinsky, all the way from California. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster Jake Tushinsky. And we hope to have you again in one of our future meetings, because I think the time is not enough to hear every bit of information that we would love to learn from you. Thank you so much, Madam, from the bottom of our hearts. And now, fellow Toastmasters and dear friends, one of the most dreaded, most feared portions of our meeting is the table topic session. But as I have mentioned earlier, our table topic master is going to make this as easy, as informative, as educational, and as fun-filled. We will all strive to answer every question or topic that will be presented tonight in the most fun and educational way. And to do that, we have with us one of my inspirations, one of my mentors, one of a heck of a champion speaker, Toastmaster R.D. Flores.
Good evening, Toastmaster Ricky, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, our family and friends in the Toastmasters community. It's good to see all of you. Of course, DTM Jake, that was an awesome and inspiring presentation. Thank you, madam. Now, Toastmasters table topic session is very exciting tonight. Can I ask a few questions? One or two of you can answer. What are you aspiring for? Toastmaster of the day, Ricky, what are you aspiring for? Can you unmute yourself?
Well, now I'm aspiring to win the division and hopefully be in the district.
That's a very good answer. Toastmaster Jeffrey, what are you aspiring for?
I'm aspiring for what the Toastmaster Ricky is aspiring for. So,
Very good
just kidding.
answer.
I'm aspiring to be more eloquent and more effective communicator, and probably the next best leader of the club or the area, inshallah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeffrey. I know that most of you are aspiring for good health now that we are in the midst of pandemic. Some of you are aspiring for peace of mind, but most of you are aspiring to be one day to become the world champion of public speaking, but you can never do that unless you overcome your fear of public speaking. And tonight, this is a good practice for us to hone our skills to speak on our toes. I have 5 questions. Actually, it's not questions, it's a code, which the Zoom master will help me present to you, Toastmaster Ricky. It's from the word winner. I'm supposed to ask for 6, but since due to time constraints, I'll be only calling 5 participants. So each one of you will choose 1 letter from the word winner, because I believe all of us are winners, regardless if we win or we don't win any competition. Remember that the moment you presented yourself to the Toastmaster community or wherever you are competing, you're already a winner. You already have won because you have conquered your fear of sharing your personal story. And that itself is already championing your limitations. You want to widen your horizons. And for that alone, you're already a winner. So moving forward, I'd like to call our first participant. Toastmaster Anne, are you there? Toastmaster Anne, please choose 1 letter from the word winner. Please unmute yourself, Toastmaster Anne.
N. N.
N. Okay.
Yes.
Ricky, please. Okay. I will read to you the quote from Nelson Mandela. And the quote goes, "A winner is a dreamer who never gives up." I will repeat that. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. What are your thoughts on it? Toastmaster Anne.
Friends, tonight, have you ever been in a situation where you feel like giving up? Toastmasters, tonight, that is something that happens to us very often. Like the theme of tonight was, there are normally more failures than successes. And often when we encounter failure, we feel like giving up. That happened to me when I was pursuing my primary education. I got to grade 6 and I was almost the last one in the class. It was a strange feeling because earlier on in the first 5 grades, I was used to being one of the top students. What a challenge. Should I give up being a good student? It really dawned onto me very hard. But along the way, I got a helper. I got a teacher who encouraged me and told me, no, you're good enough. You don't have to give up. Friends, sometimes we need helpers along the way to help us not to give up. But ultimately, we should never, ever think of giving up. There is always a solution, an answer somewhere. It could be somebody, it could be something that will come your way. So as Nelson Mandela puts it, really giving up should not be the option. Rather, let's look around for what can help us move forward. The thing is, never, ever give up. Toastmaster, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anne. I couldn't agree more. Only losers quit. Winners never quit. Now, may I call on our next participant? Toastmaster Haikal, are you there? Toastmaster
Yes.
Haikal? Toastmaster Haikal, can you please choose 1 letter from the word winner?
I think I will get another N. N.
Another N. Ricky, please, another N. The quote is coming from Laila Gifty Akita. And the quote is, the greater the obstacles, the greater the victory. I will repeat, the greater the obstacles, the greater the victory. Toastmaster Haikal.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum and very good day. I bid to all. For this quote, the greater the obstacles, the greater the victory, by Laila Gifty Akita. I've said, in this world, we are all leaders. We all have passions. We all have dignity to do everything in the world. And for aspiring, the thing that inspires me a lot is mostly my parents. My parents will be the stepping stone for me. If because of them, I will be always accomplish my studies, my academics, and because of them, they are all everything I had and I have now. And the thing in this world, if we go ahead in every time in the future, we always have obstacles. And when every obstacles, they will always have greater obstacles and also greater victory will have in the end. And from my experience, my quote is strive for excellence and drive for perfection. For perfection. That is my quote. Even though my responsibility, I'm only 19, but because of my parents, I'm today now speaking in front of all of you. And this is an experience for me. And this is an obstacle for me. But can I get the victory? Yes, I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Haikal. Yes, you can. Everybody can. If somebody can, then why can't you? Now, may call on another guest, Toastmaster Mandar Vaidia. Are you there? Toastmaster Mandar?
Yeah, hi, I'm there. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Please choose
Good
one
evening.
letter from the word winner. I think the letter N was already, the two N's were already taken. So you have W, I, E, and R. Please choose one.
I.
I. And this is your quote from Zig Ziglar. If you don't see yourself as a winner, then you cannot perform as a winner. I will repeat. If you don't see yourself as a winner, then you cannot perform as a winner. Toastmaster Mandar.
The great Zig Ziglar has rightly said, unless you make yourself as a winner, you cannot win anything. And that is, I really agree with this statement here because any war cannot be won with only the your troops or like that or your people, but it's one in the heart, in the mind only. And you have to find yourself that you are a winner all the time, and only you can win something that you want to. Whatever you want to do in your life, you can achieve with that. I can give an example of that. I want to be the best speaker in my club meeting in last week. And for that, I had practiced a lot. And then I got to work with this Horizon Club before that, a week before. And there I learned something from DTM, Ricky, and Umar. And that I could use within myself. And that gave me a confidence. I can be a winner. And then I applied those techniques, what I learned, and applied in my speeches. And that speech gave me the best speaker award. So I had to think that I'm a winner. I can win. And that completed my level 3 also. So in that one sense, I see that, and Zig Ziglar has rightly said, you have to win. You have to be winner in your mind itself. Then only you can win. Over to you, Toastmaster Henry.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mandar. Yes, it's all in the mind. So condition your mind in a positive way. Now we'll just call for the last speaker. May please call on Toastmaster Hussein. Toastmaster Hussein, please choose the letter either I or R or E.
I'll go for R.
R. Ricky. Okay. And this is your code from Talimanes Giebra. Truth is a sport and winner takes it all. I will repeat. Truth is a sport and winner takes it all. Toastmaster Hussein.
Yes, fellow Toastmasters. Telemanis said it true. Truth is a sport and winner takes it all. Sometimes we win, sometimes we learn. And we try to make ourselves and strive and try to be better in all other aspects of our lives. We are just like sportsmen. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose at certain times. But yet we are trying to make everybody as a team member in whatever we do, as if in Toastmasters itself. We try to make new friends as if you are in a sports. We try to be a we rather than an I. It's all about team effort, and in sports, it is about communication. And when we can get together, it's a winner for all. And that's what Telemanis said. It's true. It's a sport. Truth is a sport, and winner takes it all. I say this is absolutely a winning quotation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussein. I really don't want to conclude the table topic sessions yet, but due to time constraints, I need to cut it short. Ladies and gentlemen, always remember this. I really love the theme of tonight because it's not about losing. In the theme, it says you learn. It's the winners and the learners. It didn't say the losers because you don't really lose anything. Actually, you gain something from the experience. You gain wisdom, you gain the opportunity to learn new things, to improve yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, never look at it as a failure. It might be an obstacle, but never a failure. Not at all. I am privileged to be your table topic master for tonight. Thank you for all the participants, and back to you, table. Toastmaster of the day, Ricky.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster RD. That was awesome. Meanwhile, let us hear it from the timer, Toastmaster Srinivasan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, the first speaker, Toastmaster Anne Tasamba, took 1 minute and 57 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Haikal Sahid, 1 minute and 28 seconds. Third speaker, Toastmaster with Vaidya. I'm sorry, I could not get his name first name. Took 1 minute and 52 seconds. And Toastmaster Hussein took 1 minute and 23 seconds. All are qualified. I would like to post the link, and I request as the vote counter to please select one among those as your best speaker for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Srinivasan. So let us just wait for the poll to be released so we can choose the best table topic speaker. Meanwhile, while we are doing that, I would like to introduce the last segment of our meeting for tonight. And this is the part where I said earlier, this is the heart and soul of the Toastmasters meeting. This is where we will really have to strive to learn something and consider each and every recommendation or feedback from the evaluators, something of value that will make us grow, progress, and eventually be a winner. And to lead the evaluation session this evening, let's all bring back and to hold the podium, the virtual podium, distinguished Toastmaster, Cés Llanos Valencia.
Can I interrupt?
Toastmaster Ricky.
Yes.
Can I interrupt? Sorry.
Oh,
I saw
1 minute.
guests coming in and then probably we were not recognizing. They just left without any notice. I would like to request the general evaluator to please recognize the guest here who have joined after the meeting. Like we have here, uh, yeah, some other guest, please. Thank you.
Inshallah. Okay, distinguished Toastmaster says Valencia, the virtual podium is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ricky, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. A pleasant evening. Now we are now in our heart of the Toastmastering, which is the evaluation. This is an extremely important part of our meeting as it provides the speakers who gave speeches tonight with instantaneous feedback from their fellow Toastmaster members. The purpose of this evaluation is to give both positive and suggestions for improvement. Hopefully, each speaker will be encouraged by some aspects of their speech that went well and motivated to make their speeches even better for the next time. My evaluation will be divided into three parts. First is to introduce the evaluators, our prepared speakers and table topic speakers. Second is to ask the report of our meeting leaders. And the last part is to give the overall feedback to our club online meeting. Evaluators will have 2 to 3 minutes to give their evaluation. So Mr. Timer, please signal them for their timing requirements. So let's start. To evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan. The evaluator is Toastmaster Umar Farouk Awan. He is an auditor by profession and a champion speaker who recently won in the Area 9 annual speech contest and will be competing in Division O contest on March. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the president of Horizon Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Umar Farouk Awan.
Thank you, our Iron Lady of District Secretary, for such a humble introduction. I'm humble. Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan, what I can say about your speech, you are trying to negotiate with us into selling that idea. Accommodating is the best style of negotiation. Yes, indeed. That is one of the best styles, and what a wonderful way to present what you can do to negotiate and give the result that you want to give. And you have to arrive. Basically, what is negotiation? To arrive at win-win situation, not win-lose, lose-win, but win-win situation. So both parties should be happy. What I loved about your speech, your storytelling. You were sharing a story about how you wanted to have a Mini Cooper and finally not able to get that, you get only the bicycle. And and you are placing the characters like dialogues. Okay, father is there and you are there, and you are positioning them in separate positions. That was interesting also. One of the important parts of the storytelling. A lot of times speakers will not, they will be standing in the same position and giving all the dialogues between two person, but you have to change the position so audience members can see that. That was lovely and great application of it. Thirdly, your hand gestures. You were talking with your words and you were talking with your hands. See, it was all in sync. You were trying to deliver whatever. When you wanted to put emphasis, you were putting the emphasis. When you were trying to be relaxed and you want to celebrate, you are doing that. So your hands were also talking through your gestures. Another thing that I loved about your speech was you try to tell the stories in a you share two instances in your life about negotiation and two different sides. Okay, some maybe one thing is other one may not be happening in an effective way, maybe other was happening in a successful way also. But the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. Let's put you in this room and help you grow. First of all, your stance. When you are having dialogue, you are moving. But I thought you could have moved during the speech also. Your speaking area is your camera range. So you could have moved maybe more fluently and in a meaningful way throughout the speech, maybe quoting the opening, then you can go going to the middle, then the conclusion. So you could have divided it. Secondly, you are talking about negotiation. Maybe audience would want to know what negotiation is, how it is different from discussions, an argument, or how it is different. Maybe just gloss over what is actually the meaning of negotiation, pre-negotiation, negotiation itself, post-negotiation, how it is divided, and all these things. Just gloss over it. And another thing, your tone. When you are having the father's tone, you should have change of tone. You are not maybe could may have that vocal variety. You have when the change in person, it should go with the change in tone also. Another thing that I would like you to improve upon is conclusion. I thought conclusion was altogether missing. Impactful, strong call to action. You should have accommodating negotiation. You should have that kind of. You should advocate what kind of negotiation you are trying to sell to us. Okay, what kind of negotiation you want to become that, whatever suits you. So that kind of some action should come, like position. Maybe you can circle back, okay, to your opening, what a kind of thought-provoking opening you had. Overall, I loved your speech, loved your hand gesture, your storytelling technique, and your dialogues. You can improve upon your tone and your story, maybe conclusion you can work upon, and your over stage movement. If you are able to do that, I'm sure you will become an excellent champion speaker of the future. You already are our total champion and our future champion of international speech also. Over to you, General Bennett.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Umar Farouk Awan. You are so relaxed, so cool, very straightforward evaluation to our speaker. You speak from your heart. And if I have something to recommend on you is regarding the lightening of, because it's a virtual world, it's a virtual meeting. So the reflection of your light, it's somehow a distraction. So hopefully on the contest, you will fix your background. Moving forward to our next evaluator to evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Abubakar Siddiq, Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino. He is an educator by profession and SATAC 2020 finalist. He is an all-around winner, having represented Division F in SATAC for evaluation and international speech contest in the last 2 years. Please help me welcome the BPM of Horizon Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Jeffrey Aquino.
Niccolo Machiavelli, tough love. Mahatma Gandhi's philosophical, and Nelson Mandela's democratic. Those were the great leaders and their styles of their communication. Fellow communicators, do not strive to be excellent. To our vibrant speaker, Toastmaster Abu Bakar, thank you for your honesty and vividness of your story. It has reverberated in our hearts and minds that simple things happen to most of the people. And your speech reached or met the 4S. Simple speech, strike surely. Why is that so? Simple words that you have delivered, your choice of words, the diction. It is not necessary for you as a speaker to give highfalutin words in your speech. And that is a great sign of a speaker. Next, simple delivery. You just delivered it naturally. And I have loved the confidence somehow because I have evaluated you for quite a long time and you have improved massively. However, there were points could have been considered to make this speech a gigantic and remarkable one. Most of the time you were looking on the floor, and it shows that confidence is sometimes shutting down. Gestures, hand gesture, body movements were evident, yes, but they were unpurposeful. It could have been lessened, and if you delivered your message or your project like calmly and naturally, comfortably, surely your message could have been communicated even more in a more striking and purposeful way. And lastly, the body movements or the instance on your speech. Toastmaster Abu Bakar, narrative speech or narrative part in your speech could have been delivered on the center platform of the Zoom, like what I'm doing. And if you switch onto the right, you could have mentioned the positive thoughts on your speech. And if you will move on to the left, it will show you, or the audience will see, the negative side of your speech or the negative stories. Perhaps those recommendations, bring it on and listen more to your mentors. As effective communicator, you have to have a great listening skills. In a nutshell, I know that your speech was a motivational one. It was such a simple, vivid, and clear and crisp, and that makes you a great speaker. Somehow, if you will inject my empathic recommendations on your speech, surely it will be a remarkable one, not just for me as your evaluator, but for everyone who is listening to you. In a nutshell, Toastmaster Abu Bakar, I know that Nelson Mandela's effective leadership, Mahatma Gandhi's democratic, and Niccolo Machiavelli's tough love will equate your methods and style and communication. Surely, delivering next projects, and you will be the next leader, you will be a great communicator. And I salute you for the courage and confidence on delivering this such a very challenging project. Congratulations to you and more power. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jeffrey. I love the smile, your simplicity, and the technique that you used. Simple, speak, strike surely. So thank you for the well-versed evaluation, for using such a beautiful words in your evaluation. I felt that we are in the contest. So
Thank you, DTMSS. Good evening.
next, our table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Shangita Bhattacharya. She is an entrepreneur, transformation, and a mindset coach. She helps people in realizing and in actualization of their best version. A person who believes in giving and that there is always a solution no matter what the problem is. She is a vibrant and a jolly soul who is really good singer. I hope she will give us a sample later. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the VP Education of Mahindra Toastmasters Club, Mumbai, India, Toastmaster Shangita Bhattacharya.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster DTM says. That was really heartwarming and heartfelt. To begin with my evaluation for table topics, first, I would like to evaluate Toastmaster Annie. Anne or Annie? How do I say? Are you there, Toastmaster Anne? Toastmaster Anne, are you there? If you could just come on camera.
No, she's
Yes.
there.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Anne, your top table topic, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. And in that little time, you shared so many things, and it had an opening, a body, and a conclusion. I loved your personal anecdote that you shared about your school days and how you inspired everyone by saying that you never give up. That was an amazing speech, Annie. Thank you very much. Next was Haikal.
Yes.
Toastmaster Haikal, Good evening. Toastmaster Haikal, your topic was the greater the obstacle, the greater the victory. It was a beautiful speech. You talked about passion, dignity, and aspiration. You shared your gratitude to your parents and give them all the accolades for all the journey that you are in. And they inspire you to break all the obstacles. And a beautiful thing that you said is speaking is an obstacle and which you are actually striving to overcome. And that the quote you shared was strive for excellence, strive for perfection, fitted perfectly well in your speech. Recommendation I would like to say is that you had enough time. So keep your timer in your notice so that you can stretch more till you are 2 minutes and 30 seconds grace. So you have enough time to build it up. Thank you, Toastmaster Haikal. And next speaker was Toastmaster Mandar Vaidya. If you do not see yourself as a winner, then you cannot perform as a winner. Beautiful speech shared by you talking about a war is won in the heart and the mind. Achieve whatever you want. And you also gave an example about how you practiced your speech and you gave your gratitude to Toastmaster Omar and Toastmaster Ricky, how you actually have been striving to develop your self-confidence and be a winner in your mind is where you beautifully ended your speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Mandar. Toastmaster Hussein, truth is a sport and winner takes it all. A beautiful speech where you shared, where you drew the analogy with every journey as with a sportsman. You talked about how Toastmaster makes you feel the we and not rather than the I, and you believed in the team spirit. It was a beautiful speech, but one suggestion to you, Toastmaster Hussein, make use of your time. You had enough more time to give us more of your thought process about what you felt about this great phrase, the quotation, and overall, it was a fantastic session. Thank you, Toastmasters. Over to you, General Valger.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Shamita, especially for your time. So I know what time is there now in India. So your evaluation is crystal clear. Hope our speakers will ponder on all the recommendations that you have delivered to improve on next impromptu speeches. Thanks for your invaluable evaluation. So moving forward to our grammarian, DTM Feta Inayal, the mentor of mentors and a very good friend of all. He is a Filipino by heart. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the inspiring leader and the inspiring person, DTM Feta Inayal.
Thank you for that elating and humbling introduction. Can you take a seat because I've got a job to do? Okay, thank you, baby. Sorry, I have to put him aside. Now, to be or not to be, that is the question, said by Shakespeare, not by me. It was an awesome session. I was so delighted today. Do you know why? The 7 times the word of the day has been used. 7 times, ladies and gentlemen. Muhammad Hassan, as a Sergeant at Arms, he started it. Ricky, he hit it 4 times. In the table topic, Toastmaster Haikal once, and Toastmaster Hussein once. But you're going to say to me, excuse me, are you happy and excited and exhilarated because it's been only used 7 times? No, that's not enough. But I'll tell you why I'm happy. Because those who did not use it, they walked the talk. What they did is they actually walked it by giving us this awesome and mesmerizing meeting. Each one in his own way today used it by action. And another way I'm happy, I did not use the red pen today. I couldn't catch any. You know, you're so good. So I'm going to jump straight away on at least the great things which I've heard today, and they mesmerized me. It started by Toastmaster Nuha Muhammad when she said, "Let your past make you better with an E and not bitter with an I." That was awesome. And then came to Muhammad Hassan when he said a quote from Kennedy, which I love so much, and that is, let us not negotiate of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. And then he said something else. Sometimes you have to walk away from negotiations. And why I love that? Because I did walk away from so many negotiations, and I won at the end of the day. And it's a great technique. The third one is from Abu Bakr Siddiq when he said, "This happens when you mutually support each other," and that is very, very true. And then another one from Toastmaster Haikal when he said, "My parents are the stepstone for me," and that is very true, not only for a lot of us. And also you said, "Strive for excellence and drive for perfection." And last but not least, DTM Jake Tushinsky. Now, if the Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator will give me 1 hour extension, I will go through every single thing what you said. But since you're not going to do that, I know. So I will say, why not? The whole speech and the whole presentation. However, I must mention things which hit me right in the heart. And these are 4. 1, growth and appreciation. That will stick in my mind. 2, recognition is key. 3, we have got to celebrate. And that's one of my successes as a CEO. I celebrate every single little thing. It doesn't matter. Every day there is a celebration. 4, trust them, empower them, ignite them, and celebrate with them. These are the 4. However, one only, which I will use it as my next signature. I have a signature which is smiling. Everybody know that. I always smile. So now I have 2 signatures. One is smiling, and one, anytime I see anybody or talk to anybody, I will tell him, "Tell me something good." That has stuck in my mind and in my heart, and I'm going to use it every day. And because I'm going to use it every day, I'm going to remember you, DTM J. Tushinsky, every single day. Thank you for that awesome presentation. Thank you for these jewels which you gave us, and we hope to see you again. And I will chase you and I'll follow you. I know Omar told me which club you're in. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning here, I will join you. I still anyway join a club which is called Lakeland Toastmasters Club in Florida, sometimes early in the morning, and I will do the same for you. Thank you very much indeed. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Wow, thank you so much, DTM Feta. May I ask our timer if all the evaluators are qualified?
Thank you, General Evaluator. To answer your question, no. Toastmaster Omar took 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Toastmaster Jeffrey took 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Toastmaster Sangeeta Bhattacharya took 4 minutes and 13 seconds. All 3 are not qualified, but we have only one qualified, DTM Fateh Anayr. I would like to thank him because I was using these cards to time people, to write the timers, to maintain the time, and also on the chat to get the what do you call that, the poll also. I was too busy, and the evaluators made sure that my task is very limited. Before I hand over the lectern back to general evaluator, may I raise a motion to extend this meeting for another 10 minutes?
Okay, there is a motion here to extend the meeting for another 10 minutes.
Yes.
Second the motion, please.
Thank you.
I second the motion.
Okay, so Mr. Timer.
Thank you
Another.
very much, and I hand over the lecture back to General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmasters in Busan. So let's move on to our second part of the evaluation, which is the meeting report. May I call on Toastmaster Eric Ban? He is a procurement and estimation executive in Saudi Engineering Group, hails from Multan, Pakistan. A very energetic Toastmasters. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Eric Ban for the report of a counter.
Thank you so much, GTM SES, for such a wonderful introduction. I'm humbled. Today, I have a very brief report, as mentioned by DTM Fateh Nail. Today's session was one of the, the bar is very high, so I'm not able to catch much. I have few. Starting with my counter log, Toastmaster Abu Bakr, he repeated but word 3 times, and Toastmaster Umar repeated and word 3 times. Toastmaster Ses repeated artolization 3 times, and Toastmaster Sangeeta having 2 ums while she was presenting her evaluation report. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zaire. I will call Toastmaster Isrini Basan later, but let's move forward to the last part of my evaluation, which is the overall feedback of our meeting. So I can say that tonight we are all winners and learners. Starting from the Sergeant at Arms, who facilitated the meeting. It started the meeting at exactly 7:15 in the evening. And then he mentioned about the club mission. Some of the clubs that I visited, they just went through the Toastmasters motto, but this club is one of the club who I've heard the club mission. So thank you so much for doing that, and some of the reminders that you have mentioned, Toastmaster Hassan. And then here comes the president, of course, welcoming our guest and giving them for 30 seconds to say something and introduce themselves. And I am so delighted that we have a lot of guests all over the world. So thank you so much for doing that. And of course, the BP Education, before I mentioned the Toastmaster of the night, BP Education for doing the agenda ahead of time and publishing the flyer around the social media in District 79, Region 11, and all over the world. So thank you so much. You have really to congratulate yourself for doing such a good job. And then, of course, our Toastmaster of the day, who is also an assistant or an acting secretary to read the minutes. I have noticed also in some clubs that they don't read the minutes of the previous meeting, but you did it. And then you have a thought master of the day, which is new to me. I know that we have short pitch in our advanced club, which is why we are Toastmasters, giving 1 to 2 minutes of introducing why we are in Toastmasters. But you have such a wonderful thought of thought master who will give us such a good words, and I like the way she delivered this pandemic, virus, and vaccine. So all of us, we should vaccinated ourselves. During this pandemic, there's a lot of stressors, so we have to take care of ourselves. And of course, the grammarian who introduced a very simple words where everybody is engaged to use it for tonight. This is what I really like. Some of the clubs, they are choosing a hard word, which is difficult to use. But thank you so much, Horizon, for giving this a wonderful word of the day. And of course, our guest speaker. This is one of the most really up to the heart session that I can remember. And I really admire her for bringing these topics, this leadership, these leadership principles, because Nowadays, a lot of leaders forgot the principles of being a leader. And the most important thing that she said, like what DTM Feta Inayal, is recognizing and celebrating the success of each and everyone. This is really important for us. So thank you so much, DTM Jake, for giving such a wonderful session to Horizon Toastmasters Club. We learned a lot tonight. So it doesn't matter if we extend our time as long as we are all happy because this is a new thing for all of us. And of course, our creative table topics master, your topic is very relatable to each one of us. And our role takers, the timer, the counter, I truly believe that tonight is quite different because each one of us are so energetic. Our guests, despite of different parts of the world, they came from different parts of the world, but they really, I can see in their eyes that they enjoyed our meeting. So if there is something that we need to improve, of course, I miss the banner of the Horizon. Usually when I visited them, they have this virtual banner. And of course, let's continue when someone is speaking, let's give our virtual clap to motivate them to continue and to participate in our meeting. Other than that, thank you so much. And I would like to return the control of the lectern to our Toastmaster of the night.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster, says Valencia. That was really an educational, informative, constructive, whatever else can I say about the evaluation session. I said this is the heart of every Toastmasters meeting. And I'm sure that we all have won just by listening to all of these amazing evaluators tonight. So let us all give everyone a huge round of virtual applause. Well, we always enter into different situations on our day-to-day lives, and it may be negotiations, it may be forms of communications, it may be competitions. And in the end, let's always remember that there's always something in all of these things that we can pick and learn from. We never lose, we only learn. And in the end, we are still all winners. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for having me as your Toastmaster of the day. And before I hand over the virtual podium to our presiding officer, may I call on the vote counter for the announcement of tonight's winners.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today's best speaker is Toastmaster Mohammed Hassan. And best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Haikal Syahid. And the best evaluator, DTM Fateh Inayal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks so much. And with this, I would like to hand over the virtual podium to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Omar Farouk Awan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ricky. Please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Ricky, our Toastmaster. It's such a wonderful job done. Such a energetic and smiling, and your smile is contagious. Everybody was lively and energetic. Wonderful conduct of the meeting, Toastmaster Ricky. Congratulations on that. And this has been a lovely meeting. We have learned so much. We have learned the negotiation styles. We have learned about the communication styles. And we have learned, most importantly, the 5 principles of leadership, the unforgettable principles. Such a wonderful presentation, DT and Jake. We are, what we can say, happy beyond measures. So seeing you listen and enact and your stories and your how you connected with us at a deeper level, that was great, and we could all relate to whatever you said, and we are looking forward to seeing you in our future meetings also. It would be a great to host you again and again. Thank you. With this, I would like to take some feedback. We'll start with none other than our DTM Jake. Your any feedback about the meeting?
I understand now, without a doubt, when you show up and you have all of those banners behind you, all of those awards, you earn them. This club is top notch. I like it when an organization ticks all the boxes. There's a reason why Toastmasters organizes the way that they do. They set out the best practices the way they do, and you don't miss a beat. You recognizing everybody and making sure that people, your guests, understand why they're there and what you're doing, every next step. And I was excited throughout the program. I was thrilled to be here and thinking, how do I clear up my schedule so that I don't miss a meeting? It was a pleasure to listen to each and every one of you speak. And I imagine the growth is going to be exponential. How could it not be with such a supportive group? So you're inspiring for sure. And I put it in the notes. My face hurts. I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's a great honor and pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future meetings. Distinguished Toastmaster Jake. And with this, we have with us Heckle. Heckle, any words, feedback?
Okay. Thank you to all for this experience. And surely at this young age, I feel like I have to take accomplishments or experience that I can take. And I was really not expecting to win to get the best table topics, but yeah, this is experience for me, and I thanks to all for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, wonderful. And Hussein.
Yeah, hello, hi, how are you guys? Thank you very much for the invitation. Actually, Eliza, Princess from Singapore, I think, extended the invitation, and I'm glad to be at the Horizons Toastmasters meeting because this is home of the champions, I was told. So thank you, Jake Tushinsky from California. I was in Michigan for 3 years. I did my bachelor's over there. So I had some experience in States. And to you guys, international, we got to know more international flavor and friends from all over the world. Just to let you know that we just had a tri-nation of Toastmasters of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. We just had it on a joint session on Sunday, I think. So it was attended by almost more than 60 Toastmasters all over from the three nations. So it's a good experience. So I hope we can do the same, promote the Toastmasters in the Middle East and the some of the parts of the world together, so we can get more experience. Thank you.
Hello. Anybody can hear me? Actually, I got a call. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. With this, I would like to call anybody is left. I don't know. Mandar is there. Mandar.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to join here again. Again, DTM Jack, you have been awesome. I really liked the session very much. So many things to learn from you. I will definitely have note on. I had noted on those points. And the speakers were very good. I had gone through these speeches, and I really know what pain it takes. And they have been best speakers. And all the meeting was completely a nice meeting. I'm
Thank
from India, and from Malaysia people, I really also like to say before 2 years I was in Malaysia, and I had attended a couple the three clubs there, It was a fantastic one to learning for me. So international meetings are completely a learning because at home club there is some few things are there, but at in international clubs you get to learn more and more, right? So this is something very good experience for me. Thanks a lot for giving me a chance, Umar
Yeah.
Farooq, because you have been very you are so energetic. I've seen on group also that you attract us for the meeting. So thanks a lot for that.
Great to have you with us, Mandar. Didem Fatah wants to say something.
I'll just take only 30 seconds because I have to get it out of my chest. I just cannot keep it in here, okay? Um, yeah, I've been a leader for 40 years, 25 years as the general manager and 15 years as CEO. I've wrote so many books about leadership and I've attended so many seminars. This is the first time I see something done different. So simple and yet so effective, and it's like from the heart to the heart, and just gave us the cream. Believe me, I will not forget today's session, and I will not forget these 5 rules which I took from you today, particularly the one, tell me something good. Thank you very much, and I just wanted to say that because I just had to say it on behalf of everybody.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It's such a heartfelt experience for us listening to DT and Jake. Such a great experience and lot of learnings and lot of different ways to see the leadership as a role, as an action, as a verb, not just a noun. So Noah has raised the hand. Noah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you for this mesmerizing meeting from the beginning, the role players, the speakers. The workshop was amazing. I don't want to add to what's been said. It was a very great meeting. I just want to add a couple of points, to say a couple of points. It's for improvements. Everything went well and was amazing, but I want to say this for improvements only. The first thing is that the table topics was an amazing session, and the questions, oh my God, I loved everyone of them. But when the screen was shared, you can see part of the screen, the slides, and you can zoom and read the questions. What we can do is there's an advanced options in Zoom. You can share part of the screen only. So I think if this was done, it would be perfect. The second thing is just a suggestion. There's an app for Toastmaster International Week where you can use it for your role as a timer or grammarian or art counter. It will make work easier for the role players. I suggest that you tried it. You try it. I tried it before as timer, and it was very helpful. So just a suggestion. Thank you very much,
Yes.
and have a lovely evening.
Thank you for your suggestion, Noah. We will definitely work on it, and I will discuss with you all this. Didem Fatah, you have raised the hand again? No, it's already there. And with this power vested in me as the presiding officer, I will adjourn the meeting. And it's time for any chit chat. If you want to have any talk or discussion, you can have. Meanwhile, we can. If there is anything you want to say, DTM says, how was the meeting?
Okay, thank you so much. Now I'll speak as a club growth director.
Yes.
It's been a while that I did not, I didn't see you all, but with there's a lot of things that's going on in the district. Every day there's a contest, especially during the weekends. But nevertheless, my support is always with you, Horizon Toastmasters Club, and if I have a time to visit your club, I always do so. So just you know how to reach me if you need anything like a role. I asked Toastmaster Umar, next time I will be your table topics master.
Yes, sure. You are promised. That role is yours next time.
But yeah, we'll see with the schedule. And I tried Wednesday, like today, I have a lot of briefing for 2 area contests, but I said I don't have much role in that contest, so I'll give my time to Horizon Toastmasters Club. So thank you for inviting me and for seeing you all again, once again, because, you know, personal meeting, it's hard. When I visited the mom last time, I saw only few people, few Toastmasters. But through this virtual meeting, I can see you all and I can extend my sincerest hi, hello to each one of you. So soon I'll be in the mom again, most probably on March. So hopefully to see and visit you.
Yes.
Make it
Thank
the
you so
21st my birthday. So make it the
DTM
21st
Jake.
birthday. So we can have dinner together.
DTM says, take care
Please
always.
take care, DTM Jake. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye. Take
Terima
care.
kasih Malaysian friends.
Good night, everyone.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
See
Good
ya.
night.
Thank you,
Our
guys.
Take care
princess.
all.
See you again.